Today our Old Testament lesson comes from 2 Kings chapter 13. I'll be reading verses 14 through 21. This is the death of the prophet Elijah, the one whom I spoke of last week. When Elisha became sick with illness of which he was to die, Joash, the king of Israel, came down to him and wept over him and said, my father, the chariots of Israel and its horsemen. This was a reference to the prophet Elijah that preceded Elisha. Elisha said to him, take a bow and arrows. So he took a bow and arrows. Then he said to the king of Israel, put your hand on the bow. And he put his hand on it. Then Elisha laid his hands on the king's hands. He said, open the window toward the east. And he opened it. Then Elisha said, shoot. And he shot. And he said, the Lord's arrows of victory, even the arrow of victory over Aram, for you will defeat their Arameans at Awaken until you have destroyed them. Then he said, take the arrows, and he took them. And he said to the king of Israel, strike the ground, and he struck it 3 times and stopped. So the man of God was angry with him and said, you should have struck 5 or 6 times, then you would have struck Aram until you would have destroyed it. But now you shall strike Aram only 3 times. Elisha died, and they buried him. Now the bands of the Moabites would invade the land in the spring of the year. As they were burying a man, behold, they saw a marauding band, and they cast the man into the grave of Elisha. And when the man touched the bones of Elisha, he revived and stood up on his feet.